Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back, baby. We are back for season 19 of Married at First Sight. Now, I have to say this, I am very excited about the seasoned couples. Okay, I am very excited. And we are in Austin, Texas. Listen, Texas. Okay, I know Austin's logo is keep it weird or love being weird or whatever. It's got something to do with the weirdness. We do not need the weirdness to rub off on this damn show with these couples. Okay, we do not. Now we have 5 couples and y'all know how the experts like to do. All 3 of them are back. All of the experts are back to ruin more lives. No, I'm just kidding. It wouldn't be Married at First Sight if I didn't be me. Okay, they're all there waiting to get it started. Dr. Pepper is giving us the numbers. Okay, and the statistics and the children. We have 13 children born of 11 marriages that are still together when hundreds of thousands of people have applied to be on this show. Dr. Pepper said, these are some awesome people. And of course, Pastor Calvin is saying that, we carefully chose all of these people. We didn't just get them off the street. I'm like, you sure? Because every other season, honey, I don't know. Pastor Cal, he gonna say that if he don't do nothing else, because they have to make sure that they defend their reputation. So the first couple up is Jalen and Josh. Jalen is 27 and she says that she'll do just about anything to be in love. She wants to have kids by 30 and she has this timeline in her mind. I'm like, girl, please do not rush it. Okay. It's not giving what you thought it had gave, especially today's date. So please just take your time, get to know your husband and move at your own pace. And then we meet Josh. He's 31. Now, Josh has a very sensitive soul. He cries at weddings. He wants to kiss you 100 times a day. He wants to hug you. And he's already told his grandmother that he's getting married. Josh, you know what? You seem like you're eager, but I'm just trying to figure out why haven't you, with this sweet demeanor that I see here, why haven't you already been married or something or a serious relationship? I don't know. Sometimes I just really question if these people really need a show like this to find love. I don't know. It's just sometimes I just get that vibe. And I hope they don't piss me off so I can call y'all JJ. Okay, I want to call y'all JJ. So I want y'all to act like y'all got some sense. Moving forward. Now, Josh says his mom went to prison. And when he was 16, he would go and visit her there. He was raised by his grandparents. He didn't really know his dad. He grew up poor. He said one day he met his father's sister. She found him. And now he and his dad, they text every now and again, but it's not really the relationship that he would want. Now, she, on the other hand, had a very opposite upbringing. She saw her parents together, but there was absolutely no love, no kissing, no hugging, none of that. Back over with Josh, he's telling us that he owns a roofing company, a successful roofing company. Okay. The money is moneying. Okay. It wasn't when he was younger, but now he's making that bread. Josh seems good on paper, but I'm just hoping that he doesn't lose his mind. You know how sometimes when they be just too good to be true, it's something, very much something. But this season, I am hoping to see love so that it can restore my faith in humanity, because Love is Blind is officially out. Now, I know a lot of you were probably wondering, oh, what does Misha think about Calabria and Edmund? I don't. I have some thoughts and I may do a video, but yeah, I'm never watching Love is Blind again. So there's that. Moving forward. Jalen says that she's ready. Okay. Even at 27, she is ready to be married. She is ready to have children. She's married. Jalen does not give me 27. I don't know. I just feel like, I would say 32, but I don't quite see 27. Now, as the episodes progress, yes, she started to give me 27. Her demeanor, her personality, the way that she handles things, it gave 27. But this initial greeting, I thought like 32. Now, I'm happy that they cut out all the, let's tell them that they made it. I'm so happy they cut that out. We do not have to see Dr. Pepper messing with people's underwear drawers, looking at their unmentionables, holding them up to the camera, looking in there for sex toys. I am so happy. Oh, I am so happy that we do not have to deal with that. So they already know they made it. Let's get into it. Okay, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. We can fast forward right on to the wedding. In the next scene, it's actually the wedding. Josh and Jalen. So Josh is in there with his groomsmen and he's telling them that he didn't want to get married before because he wanted to have a solid financial background. And I appreciate that, because you don't want to take a woman into a marriage because we were going to talk about you. Okay, if you were laying head to foot. If you were in anybody's basement, in anybody's attic, on anybody's couch, you know we were going to talk about you. Okay, shout out to Steve No Jobs. So he was saying that he wanted to make sure that he had a solid financial background before he got married. He says that he didn't invite his mom because of where she is in her life. She's not even allowed to be. He said, look, she's not allowed to be around my kids or my wife. And as far as my dad, I don't know him. So why would he be here? I said, I know that's right, honey. Over on the other side, Jalen expressed that all of the heartaches that she experienced in relationships and all of the things that she had to go through in order to grow, now she knows how to love someone. So they knock on the door. Boom, 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 boom. Because it's time to exchange the gifts or whatnot. Exchange the gifts. Did you hear the operative word exchange? Where one person gets something so the other person could get something. Okay. Now Josh receives a gift from his soon-to-be wife. There were like pom-poms and I think it was pickleball gear and a few other things in the box. She gave him a card, and baby, what she do that for? Josh was crying like a scene from The Notebook. I said, Josh, that damn Josh, he's so sensitive, sweet as he want to be. Josh, pull it together. Okay, pull it on together, baby. Pull it on together. He said, this is the first thing that I'm holding that she's touched. I said, oh, Joshy. Oh, my goodness. Now, Josh is very handsome. Jalen's very pretty. Aesthetically, they look good together. This is a good looking cast. Okay, I'm just going to put that out there. A very good looking cast. Jalen is a pretty lady as well, like I stated. And if nothing else, okay, they're going to look good together. I don't know how things are going to go, but they do look good together. But Josh, sir, where is her pre-wedding gift? I ain't see one. Why didn't you get her a gift? Josh, now, honey, don't be getting caught all up and touching what she touched and you didn't get her a gift. Okay, let's not play. So he's talking to his sweet grandmother before he has to walk down the aisle. And she told him that, never go a day without letting her know that you love her. Make sure you take care of her. Make sure you treat her right. And she is meeting with her mom, Belinda. So Miss Belinda is outside and she's talking to Jalen. Mom is like, yeah, listen, don't forget to always speak your speech. Okay, speak your mind. Do not worry about what everybody else has to say. You need to make sure you let him know what it is. She's like, but I think it's going to be good. Ma'am. Ma'am. Easy there, killer. Let's get into it first. Talking about make sure you always speak your mind. Hold on a second. Okay, let's just hold on. So Josh comes out because it's time to get married. And everybody's out there in the audience. And so he meets her twin. She has a twin brother. And he's like, oh, twins don't run in my family. So they're kind of talking to him a little bit. He's talking to a few people in the audience. Now, I hope that Josh isn't pretending to be perfect, because some people put on this facade and there's this mask and then it falls. But I have high hopes for Josh. Josh, listen, I'm speaking directly to you, honey. I want to call y'all JJ. I really do. Married at First Sight is my thing. I really want to call y'all JJ. I want it to be dynamite. Okay, you understand? Y'all see what I did there, honey? Shout out to Thelma and them. Now, I don't want to be Florida. Damn. I want y'all to be good. So I hope you're not pretending. So Jalen is in the back and she's waiting to walk down with her dad, who's saying how emotional he is and how he supports her and how she used to come outside in her short skirts and her lipstick. He's just really talking to her because that's his baby girl about to get married. So baby, it's time. When Jalen walked out, now I kind of thought that Josh was going to pass the hell out. That's how excited he was. I was waiting for him to click his heels 3 times and end up back at the house. I said, Josh, just calm down. Just calm down, baby. Calm the hell down. So she walks out. They read their vows. Now, I do miss the part where the family and friends say a little bit about the other person, because that gives us something to go on. How do they really feel about these people that are getting married? They cut that out as well, honey. They've been listening. Okay, we said cut the fluff and get into it if you're going to get into it. And they did just that. But Josh, you may now kiss the bride. And they went on in and kissed. JJ is officially a thing. Now, like I said, I'm praying that it's dynamite. And I'm praying that I don't have to do the fool. Okay, so let's just hope it pans out. Moving forward. So they go back to, talk, because that's what they do. Once they get married, they walk out. And they sit down and Josh is telling Jalen about his dad and how, he's not there, but he just met him. And his dad actually has twin daughters. He's like, yeah, so I have twin sisters. And I'm like, wait a minute, Josh. Okay, because y'all know I pay attention to a whole lot of detail. Didn't you just say that twins do not run in your family? Sir, your daddy would be your family. Please get it together. Okay, or leave it alone. Like, I'm just trying to figure out what is going on, child. Now, maybe he means because on his dad's side, there are no twins, but then he had twins with the other lady. So maybe she has twins in her family. Either way it goes, there's some twins, Joshua. Next up is Brittany and Will. Baby. So Dr. Pepper says, they can build traction together because they've built traction separately. Ma'am, please. Please. I'm not in the mood today. Okay. Y'all know how they do in the matchmaking sessions, honey. Now, they were talking to each one of them and they were panning the camera back and forth and back. They were saying the exact opposite of each other. It sounds like a perfect match. If you say tomato and I say tomato, if I say up and you say down, if I say left and you say right, a match we make in these three experts' eyes. They did not have one thing in common. What are we doing here? Are they getting married because they're both black? Please make it make sense to me and quickly. But we know it never does, so we just gonna go on through the season, honey. Now, she grew up with both of her parents, but she says she also didn't see them showing any affection to each other, and she wants the exact opposite of that. And you know what? I think it's way too common for that to be what you are surrounded by, because my parents have been together since they were in the 10th grade. They are still married today's date. I have never seen them kiss. I've never seen them hug. I just have never seen love or affection from the two of them. I think people just become comfortable and familiar, so they just run with that. But I never really saw the foundation. Over on the other side, Josh is telling his groomsmen something. But baby, the way that he was throwing out them SAT words, baby, they didn't know what the hell he was talking about. He said, I'm very verbose. They said, what? You say what? Virgo. Versace. No, baby, verbose. Okay, he said, I've had a litany of women. They said, when you start saying litany, where you get that from? Baby, that was so funny to me. I said, not y'all only knowing basic words. The cat ran down the street. The dog saw a big red ball. Honey, they do not want him to say anything over 2 syllables. Baby, that was funny to me. I said, what in the TI is happening here? Over in her suite, she's telling her friends that she did this because the men aren't ready. Okay, the men are not menning. And she hasn't been in a relationship in over 10 years. I said, oh, honey, okay, hold on. Sometimes when we haven't been in a relationship for a long time, it's kind of hard to jump back in that thing. Now, all the other men, she said, have made it to like the 3-month mark, and then that's it. But she hasn't been in a serious relationship in 10 years. Basically, she's the starter package. You know how you sign up for a service and they give you a trial period and it's free? Okay, you start with doing the free trial, which would be the relationship with the beautiful Brittany. Then they get the experience, and then they start paying for the subscription with somebody else. Okay, so I have been somebody's starter package. It's fine. Okay, because we're here today. Moving forward. So he told his friends, thank God for y'all being here. And I thought this was so sweet. They're getting ready to go out. He said, thank God for y'all being here. I know it's a lot. His friend looked at him. He said, it's not that much. I know that's right. That's how you have a support system. Never think that you are too much or it's a lot. It's really not that much. If I love you and you're my people and I'm there for you, then it's not a lot. I just love that. That was everything. I don't know if anybody else called it, baby, but I did. Over in Brittany's suite, everyone is super emotional, and her sister Ebony, who is the oldest, she isn't there because she passed away due to the virus in 2020. And my sincere condolences to you, Brittany, you and your family. Now, she said her sister was married, but she didn't have a wedding. And then she has another sister that's married, but there was no wedding. This is the first wedding that her mom is going to get to experience. So not only is it a thing for her, it's a huge milestone for her mom. And like I said, I am so sorry. 2020 claimed so many lives. Back over with Will, it's time to get ready to walk out. He's talking to his mom before the ceremony. Mom. I know you want to hug your baby and whatnot, and you're so cute, but you got lipstick all over his jacket. And so when he went out there, it was just sitting there. And another thing I noticed too, I was like, Will's lips are pink. When I say pink, baby, it's giving Pink Panther. Do-do, do-do, do-do. I said, why is his lips so pink? And I know he ain't kissed his mama in the mouth. Baby, them lips are pink. Do you hear me? Good, healthy pink lips. So he's out there talking to her, and he looks just like his mama. Just like her. Back over with Brittany. She's talking to her father before walking down the aisle, and she told him, listen, don't be too hard on my husband now. Her daddy said, well, I mean, he is taking my baby girl. But, you know, if you're happy, then everything is everything. But why when Will walked out, baby, her friends and their commentary, the friends were in the audience like, oh, okay, yeah, she good. She good. Okay, I see you, Will. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, all right, not too much. Okay, enough commentary from the peanut gallery. Look and keep it to your damn self. Now, she's hoping that he likes what he sees when he sees her. She's like, I hope he has muscles, and I hope he's happy, and I hope he's attracted to me, and I hope I'm attracted to him as well. You know, but that's common. Of course, that's going to be one of the things that you really worry about when you're going into something blindly. Okay, shout out to Love is Blind. Anyone? So she's getting ready to walk out. The commentary from the friends and the audience, baby, it was something else. One of her friends said, is he smiling? They said, yeah. She said, oh, okay. Y'all know Brittany getting married to a stranger. Baby, I love us. When I say I love us for real, honey, we gonna talk and say what we gotta say if we don't do nothing else. I said, baby, not y'all speaking y'all speech. Brittany dad walks her down the aisle. Okay, and baby, they looked over at Will to make sure that he was smiling. Then her friend said, yeah, he's smiling. Her other friend said, as he should. I said, I know that's right, honey, as he should. Period. Now, I wonder if Will normally dates black women. Was that just me? I don't know. I'm just wondering if he normally dates black women, because in the matchmaking process, he was talking about how this girl wanted to put a finger down, honey, not the TikTok trend, but wanted to put a finger near his derriere. And I was just like, what is going on, honey? That little story he told about the finger in the hiney made my antennas go up. I said, oh, baby, that couldn't have been no black girl. That couldn't have been no black girl. That don't make sense. And I couldn't really tell if he liked her suggestion or not. And I also couldn't really tell if he liked Brittany when she walked out, because he was just, I don't know, very stoic. He was just standing looking. I mean, he grinned a little bit, but it just didn't give overly excited. So she gets up there. He tells her she looks pretty. They say their vows, and it's off to the races. Again, there were no words from the family or friends. They go to the back to talk. Child, what was this little ring that she had on? I said, what is going on here? We done moved to Peacock, and now we can't get www.jamesallen.com. Where are the rings? Did we lose the sponsorship? What is going on? James Allen, where are you? Child, please. I looked at that little thing. I said, what in the Cracker Jack? Okay. And also, now this is neither here nor there. This is just a side note. Why do they always have to sit in the cold? That poor baby was just a shivering. Now, when they were outside, it was a little bit awkward at first, but then they started talking and they find out that they're both 30. Now, she is actually 29, about to turn 30. So they're talking, and then she says, you know, my favorite color is pink, by the way, if you haven't noticed. Now, Brittany, why would he have guessed that your favorite color was pink just because your nails are pink? Baby, I'm liable to choose any color. It doesn't matter if it's my favorite or not. I might just choose it because I'm in the mood for it that day. So he was like, oh, yeah, okay, pink is my favorite color as well. She said, this color pink? He said, yeah. Is it? Okay. Is it, Will? Or are you just mirroring what she likes? Okay, now please don't do that. Because if that's not your favorite color or whatever, just be like, no, my favorite color is blue. You don't have to have the same favorite color as her. It's okay. Now, I think these two will be all right, because later on, he did say he definitely was looking at her and she caught his eye. But I'm not quite sold yet. We shall see. Jalen and Josh. So it's time for the reception, and they have their first dance, and Jalen is very smitten, honey. She was like, my husband is so cute, baby. I am satisfied. Okay, 10 out of 10 would recommend. Everything's good. So they sit down to eat at the head table. She finds out that her last name is Black. I said, oh, Jalen Black, I like it. It's very strong. Jalen Black. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Will and Brittany. So baby, at their reception, they're already eating. So they're at the head table, they're talking. And she said, how does it feel to be married? He said, I'm married. She said, well, how does it feel so far? He said, well, I'm married. Will, please use your words. Use them. Now, to me, he seems uninterested. And I noticed that she had to lead the conversations, and I don't like that. Okay, I don't like that. I need you to pipe up. I need you to speak your speech. There's no reason why you should just be sitting here chomping down on your damn baked chicken. Please say something to her, because you have to get to know her in order for this thing to work. So she said, okay, so what are you looking forward to when we get back to the room? He said, sleep. I'm pretty tired. This man said, I could stay up and talk to you a little while, but I think I need a nap. I said, oh, okay, nah, see, this ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna damn work. She said, well, do you like to cuddle? He said, we'll find out. I do not have time for, what does that mean? It's either a yes or a no. Do you like to cuddle or not? Nobody has time for you to be speaking in riddles. He's a little bit too aloof for me, honey. I don't think he likes her like that. I think that he's in the process and he's going to push through to decision day. But my initial reaction when it comes to Will is that he is not all in. But maybe that's just me. And then he says, we have to talk. This is what he's saying in the confessional. We have to talk about sharing a bed. We're still technically strangers. I hope that she does want to share a bed because I don't want to sleep on the couch. Sir, first of all, you're married. So all that stranger danger went out the window when you heard, it's always something. And I don't even think we heard a theme song now that they're over here on the Peacock. So you're married. That's number one. And is the only reason why you want to share a bed so that you don't have to sleep on the couch? Please don't piss me off. So she starts talking about how her mom is sad because her sister who passed away isn't here. And he's like, well, she's always here through you. And he brings up his sister and how his sister thinks that he's a neat freak. Now, I didn't quite like the transition. And this is the problem with a lot of these couples because I have watched all 4 episodes and all 4 of the episode reviews will be up, honey. Y'all bear with me. Okay, because I also have a live watch where we watch the actual episodes together over on the Patreon. Okay, so if you want to join, you know what I'm saying? Patreon.com/MishaIMO.com. Okay, go on over there so you can watch with us. But anywho, a lot of these couples have a problem with follow-up questions. They get information and then they move on to the next thing. And if someone tells you my mom is sad because my sister isn't here, she passed away, I would think you would go a little bit more in depth, but he was just like, well, my sister thinks I'm a neat freak. She said, okay, well, I feel like he didn't seem too concerned. He wasn't concerned enough for me, but maybe that's just me. She said, oh, okay, well, I'm not a neat freak, but I do spray hotels, but just the beds. He said, oh, okay. She said, but I do bring my own blanket. He said, you don't bring your own sheets and stuff like that. She said, no, but I do bring my own blanket. Girl, same. I ain't finna be up underneath them blankets y'all been rolling around and them people don't never change them blankets. Absolutely not. Okay. She said, I don't even sleep with sheets. Ma'am, excuse me? I know you're not laying your body on a hotel gently used mattress with other people's skin remnants on it without a sheet. Now, at first I thought she meant, I'm hoping that she means she doesn't lay underneath the, how there's a fitted sheet and then there's a loose sheet on top and there's a blanket on top of that. I'm hoping she means take off that top sheet because, girl, what? You just lay flat on the mattress? I hope not, honey, because if so, it's getting weird. And she said, is that weird? He said, I don't get under my sheets either. See, that's what I'm saying. Everything that she says, he piggybacks off it. And, sir, there's a difference between not getting under the sheets and not sleeping with them at all. She said, I don't do sheets at all. So it made me think that she completely strips the bed and just sleeps on the mattress. Which one do y'all think it is? Because I was a little bit confused, but maybe that's just me. Josh and Jalen. JJ. So Jalen is telling her friends that he's exceeding her expectations because of his looks. Ma'am. And see, this right here is when I knew you were 27. Girl, I'm not going to play with you. I think it's a little more than that to be happy, with a marriage, ma'am. But for now, that's all we have to go off of. So I'm just going to go ahead and give you some grace and you're good. Brittany and Will. So they're back over here and they cut the cake. Jalen and Josh. They cut the cake as well. We're seeing little cuts of both the couples. Josh is having the time of his life. Baby Josh so happy. I love that for you, Josh. I really do. Brittany and Will. So he said that he's very excited to get to know her. Okay, he's like, I really want to get to know her. So he goes over to talk to her parents. Well, baby, this is where some stuff went down, honey. Dad is asking a few questions about his job and God. Do you love the Lord or not? Dad said, you believe in God, right? I don't think so, Daddy. He said, I believe in something, but, I'm agnostic. And her mom didn't quite know what that was. He said, I believe that there is a higher power, but I don't know exactly what that is. Now, listen, everybody's entitled to believe what they believe. That is fine. But it was at parts when he would get a bit disrespectful in his speech because Dad wanted to know what his parents believe. He said, they go to I don't know if they're going to church right now. They go to a Baptist church from the last time that I knew. Then he goes on this diatribe about those that were killed so that remarriage could happen. And he's just going on and on. And I felt like that was a little bit disrespectful. So as he's going on and on and on, okay, and they have no idea what he's talking about, her daddy said, so you play dominoes? Baby, leave it up to a black person. Leave it up to a black person to talk about damn bones. Sir, that is not the way you segue into dominoes. Baby, that is crazy. He said, nah, but I play spades and pity pat or something. He said, honey, another black card game. Child, that was funny to me. Daddy said, let's just move on, honey. Let's just move on before you piss me off, honey. Let's just be what? Moving forward. Honey, he ain't got no time. I said, baby, Dad does not like Will. I don't think he was too pleased. He would like Will to return to wherever he came from. I don't think her mama or her daddy is too happy with Will. But maybe that's just me. Jalen and Josh. So he's talking to her family at the reception. Josh has all the right words to say. I can say that about Josh. He knows what to say and how to say it. So he's talking to them and up walks Jalen, right? So it took him aback for a minute. It took him a way back. So he was just standing there. And I was like, Jalen, ma'am, please give us 2 seconds. So she's standing there for a second. And Jalen said, I want to talk to my mom and Josh alone. So I was wondering, like, why would she want to do that? So Jalen is asking the dad and the brother to step aside. So they both leave. Mom says, Miss Belinda, that is, says, Josh, I'm getting married tomorrow and I want you to come. Now, that didn't spark anything in me because I was just thinking, oh, wow, how cute. She's at her daughter's wedding today and now she has a new son-in-law and she's going to invite him to her wedding. That is what I was thinking. He said, yeah, sure. Then her mom says, because I'm also getting married at first sight. Baby, when I tell y'all my mind was blown, the way that I screamed in this damn room, I said, what? This has never happened before. And I think they're trying to top last year with the whole couple swap thing. So now all of a sudden the mother and a daughter are both getting married. Y'all ain't fooling me. But it did blow my mind because I was not expecting that. This has never happened. I was like, talk about a plot twist. But I really want to know the lore behind this because how did you get here? From what they showed, Pastor Cal and Jalen just called you on the phone and they were like, hey, are you single? Want to get married at first sight? Did you apply for the show? Did this just fall in your lap? Like, give me something. Okay, give me very much something. Baby, when I tell y'all I was not expecting that, not y'all being married at first sight alumni together. Child, this is a mess. And that was the end of the episode. Let's just move right on into episode 2. So now we have some new couples. 2 couples have been married and now it's time for 2 more. First couple up is Megan and Derek. Megan is 38. She's been single for 7 years because she doesn't put herself out there and her work-life balance sucks. All she does is work, 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 work. Honey, she thinks she's Rihanna, okay, without the billions. So all she does is work. She works with her family and she also is a realtor. So it's basically all work and no play. Megan says that she needs an arranged marriage. That would work for her because she does not have time to look for no man and she don't have no time for no man to be looking for her. And they're not going to find her unless they're on the first 48 because all she does is watch Dateline, Snapped. She's a true crime girly. And I love everything about it, honey, because one thing I'm going to do is put my robe on, grab my ginger ale, rub my feet together and figure out why she did that for her man. Y'all know that show, For My Man? I like, now, why would you unalive that woman? Why would you unalive that woman? Baby, I'll be all in that thing. But see, I'm personally not looking for love, so. You know, I'm fine. But Megan, we're going to need you to get on out there, honey. Moving forward. So then we meet Derek. He's 38 and he's been here, there, and everywhere. Derek likes to travel and he looks good doing it. Dr. Pepper wanted to know if Megan can be with someone who makes less than her. She said, yeah, I mean, I could. Now, I wasn't sure why they asked her that question because he's a COO. So when she was asking her that, I don't know if it was to throw her off. I was confused as to what was going on, but she said that she could. Then they asked about sex. She said, you know, I like to have it. Okay, I'm not having it now, but I would like to have it daily. So then they pan over to him. He says he wants 3 kids, but Pastor Cal said, well, what if she only wants 1? He said, well, I can convince her. Sir, we're not baby making factories. There's no button you can push to get another one. If we don't want it, we don't damn want it. Okay, I think 1 and done is enough. Unless the 2 of you mutually decide, but not you gonna try to convince her. Sir, goodbye. The experts think because they're both attractive, it's a match. When I heard that, I said, this is so typical of the 3 of you. Because they're both physically attractive, it's a match. Anyway, so now it's wedding day because remember, we cut out all the fluff. Megan is telling us that she works with her family and it's hard to separate her parents from her bosses because she works with her mom, her dad, her sister, her brother, her uncle, her cousin. Everybody works together. Now, me personally, I could never. I couldn't work with my mom and my daddy. Absolutely not. Nope. They would have to be somewhere far away from me. And they want to know, what if she doesn't like him? Megan is like, girl, it's been years, honey. Whatever they give me, I'm fine. So they started asking her about kids. She said, well, I want 1 boy. Her mom is sitting next to her getting her makeup done. Her mama gonna say, well, mama wants a girl. Ma'am, this isn't about what you want. It really is not. She said, I just want 1 boy and I want to be done. And here you are talking about you want a girl. Her mom is overbearing. I can already tell. She is team too much. Then she started speaking all kinds of negativity about the divorce. And, you know, statistically, people get divorced and it's not the end of the world. Ma'am, please keep all of your Google statistics to yourself. Nobody wants to hear that. Your daughter is happy. This is something she wants to do. And I feel like she may need to separate from you. Because I just didn't like that. I cannot stand people who try to speak fear into my plans. If you don't like it, you probably have watched an episode or 2 of Married at First Sight, but probably not. That's something different. But man, please don't come over here with the negativity. Nobody has time. Over on the other side, Derek is with his groomsmen and he's nervous, but he's hoping, you know, they kiss at the altar. Derek, that's what you're worried about? Baby, Derek said, I hope she put her mouth on mine, honey. His friend done brought these Halloween wigs. I said, oh, this group right here play all day. I love a man who play all day, but don't play too much. You know, we can have fun. We can people watch. We can talk, you know, talk-ish. But at the same damn time, you know how to provide and protect. That is my perfect spouse. I can't stand a too serious person, but I also don't like a person that plays all day. And there is one couple where the man, he just seems to play all day. And we gonna get there. So Megan gets this pretty ring box. And she's like, oh, this is a box for my ring. And she gets a card from Derek. And so she's reading it. They pan over to her mama. She all frowned up, looking all judgy. Listen, ma'am, I know Married at First Sight's experts' track record precedes them, and it isn't the best, but either support her or stay at home, mommy dearest. Okay, why are you here? If you're going to have an attitude and bring the day down. Even Megan looked at her mom and she said, well, this is a very nice written card, right? So you're going to be nice, right? And she's just looking. I'm like, oh, no. Then she said she was going to bitch slap her or something, honey. I don't know. It was just too much going on. I did not like the energy in her bridal suite, not one bit. So she sends him over an ice bath, symbolizing the plunge that they're about to take. So he was down to get into it. I mean, he got down in it because he said he does them regularly anyway, so he didn't have a problem with it. I said, that's a good sport because immediately no. Baby, do not send me nothing where I got to plunge into some freezing cold water. Absolutely not. Immediately no. Okay. So Megan goes in to put on her wedding dress and I think she looked beautiful. She looked so pretty. And in his room, all they're worried about is sex. What do you think? Y'all going to do it tonight? Or like, what are y'all going to do, bro? Are you going to wear the wig? Like they're all into whether or not they're going to have sex. Megan and Derek are going to look so good together. They are going to look so good together. That's what I initially thought when I saw her in her dress and him in his tux. They're trying to strategize what to do just in case he doesn't find her attractive. No, that's not how this works. No backsies. He's going to be fine. When they get to decision day, then he can back out. But for now, and be nice. Okay, so we're not going to go through, what if you don't like her? I can, pull the fire alarm. No, we're not. We're going to let him get married, and that's just that on that. Now, Megan has zero support from her immediate family, and I didn't like nothing about it. And I was like, okay, y'all need to get out. Mom is rude and judgy as hell. And I'm just like, what is going on? She's walking herself down the aisle. I said, oh, poor Megan. Not you walking yourself down the aisle. And y'all know how to piss me off. Moving forward. Back over with Derek. He's speaking to his parents. His mom is just speaking so much life into him and so much positivity. His parents have been married for 41 years. She said, we've been together forever. So you see that it can be done. So now it's time for the main event. She's nervous that they won't jail. And I'm nervous that your mama gonna run him away. But that's just me. And you look absolutely great walking down. But I could not tell if Derek was impressed or not. Okay, I was like, does he like her? What does he think? I don't know. I couldn't get a good read on him. Their facial expressions this season is just so blank. I couldn't tell if they liked each other. So then it's an awkward silence. I'm like, okay, somebody needs to start playing the cricket sound effect because that's what it was giving. So then they share their vows, they kiss, but I didn't feel any spark. I felt absolutely zero spark from Megan and Derek. I just didn't. Her mom barely clapped. I was like, ugh. Oh, child, she could not be around. Derek then says in a confessional, I'm on top of the world. She's beautiful. She is freaking hot. She's a 10 out of 10. I said, oh, okay, Derek, because I was nervous. Honey, I didn't know what was going on. But you like her, so that's all that matters. So they go back to talk because, that's how they do. She tells him she's from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. She's been in Austin since 2019, and he's only been there since September, so he's fairly new. I just hope that her mom does not interfere, and I can see it. Rhonda and Pat. So, baby, we have an older couple, okay? A very seasoned couple, and both of them have been previously married. So we meet Rhonda. Rhonda is 63. Baby, Rhonda is a ball of energy. She said, I'm 63 and I don't feel it. She said, look, I've been looking for my person for 25 years. I am so excited for these couples. I want to see how they navigate things. And are they as childish? Do people really grow up? Have they matured? Do you really learn? Like, I am so excited to see it. I feel like they listened to us again, y'all, because we asked for more seasoned couples, more mature couples, and they gave us that. Okay, they gave it to us. She said she's tried multiple dating apps. I can't do no dating apps. I don't care how down bad it get, baby. I can't do no dating app. I just can't do it. So then we meet Pat, aka Patrick, and he's 59. He's a risk taker, and he says, you know what? Why not? I'm looking for my person. I do not want to grow old alone. I don't want to be old and lonely. And being on dating apps is like going to the thrift store. You try to find the least smelly thing. Okay, so you just try to get something that looks semi-decent. Back over with Rhonda. She tells us she got married, pretty quickly to her kid's father after only 3 months. They had 4 kids, but the man didn't want to work. So she divorced him. I know that's right, honey. Not him letting Rhonda do everything, including birth the damn children, take care of the children, take care of the house, take care of him. Probably still had to have sex with him. Child, you might as well be single. Girl, not you frying the bacon up, bringing the bacon home, finding the pig for the bacon. It's just too much. Honey, he had to go. She said then she got married again and it only lasted 18 months. Oh, baby, one thing about Rhonda, she gonna go. Baby, Rhonda gonna get the hell out of Dodge, okay? So, Pat, you better act like you got some sense because Rhonda is not opposed to divorcing you. Then Patrick tells us that he was married 30 years and he has 2 sons. He said he wanted out of the marriage, but he stayed for the kids. She wasn't willing to do the deed, so he was done. Now, this is a catch-22. On one hand, I feel like staying in a marriage where it's loveless and you're unhappy is also detrimental to the kids because you don't want them to see you miserable. And a lot of times, even though you are not verbalizing that you are miserable, they pick up on your energy. They feel it in the house. The house is heavy. And so they don't want to be in the house because it's like, dang, my parents are always upset with each other. And I can tell that they've been arguing, but they're not saying anything. On the flip side of that, as someone who is currently going through a divorce, dealing with custody and making the child feel like property, and they have to move from their safe space to another place that's not so safe for them every other week, it's not good. It's not fun for anybody. So I see both sides to that. But Pat, okay, I hope you wasn't stepping out when she wasn't putting it down, honey, because I'm trying to figure out, like, what's going on here. Moving forward. Rhonda said that she's down to go to Pound Town, honey. Bring it on. So it's their wedding day. Baby, Rhonda done pulled out her whole oracle cards. She said, listen, I don't do tarot, but I have some oracles, and it pulled out soulmate. This card is the soulmate card. She's getting her Miss Cleo on. I said, Rhonda, focus. Okay, focus, girl. We're going into the wedding and whatnot. She has all of her kids there. They're ready for her to get married. She's ready. And I thought that it was really beautiful for her to be surrounded by all of her children. I just thought that was so special. It kind of gave me Brady Bunch. Remember when Carol was about to get married, you know, in the one day when this lady met this fellow, and they knew that it was much more than a hunch that this crew might somehow form a family. And that's the way they all became the Brady Bunch. I don't know. They were just giving me Brady Bunch kids when they were sitting around that island just looking at their mom. I was like, that's just so cute to me, honey. It was just giving so much Hallmark realness for me. So Pat is ready over on the other side, honey. He ready to go, but he has a bit of nerves. Okay. And also he's a bit naive for trusting the experts. Talking about, I'm putting all of my trust into the experts. They're going to get me where I need to go. Patrick, they will not. Moving forward. When I say Rhonda is so full of life, her kids are excited for her to get out there, and, you know, but they're nervous a little bit because she can be a lot sometimes. She's like, no, just tell me, I can take it. Her son said, listen, what I want you to know is that you can't always do things your way. Sometimes other people have good ideas. Okay. It's okay to let other people do some things. And you know what? It's always like that when you've been doing it alone for so long. Now, I hope that she can compromise, but I'm not going to come down too hard on her, because when you are set in your ways and you ain't sharing the other side of the bed with nobody but your remote and some snacks, it's kind of hard. But baby, Rhonda done stepped out, lady in red. I said, baby, not the red dress. Rhonda said, this ain't my first rodeo. I ain't putting on no damn white dress. Baby, I love me some Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda. Baby, I love it. I know that's right, Rhonda. Rhonda said, I'm going to wear this red dress. He going to get this red dress today. She got a party bus. She drinking some champagne. Baby, she got a party bus down to the venue. I said, I love this. I hope I have this much energy at 62. I'm tired at 43. Rhonda, where you get that energy from? I love how her kids are supporting her, too, because they know Rhonda going to do her thing, child. Rhonda going to be Rhonda. Over with Patrick. He's talking to his mother, Betty. Hey, Miss Betty. And she's very excited. So is he. I really hope this works out for y'all. I do. Patrick said, listen, ain't no going back. I'm going to make this work. I will die trying to make this work. I said, oh, okay. Well, that was a little scary, but good luck, Patrick. Over on the other side, Rhonda has her son walking her down the aisle. And I feel like it may be a good sign that Patrick is wearing a red tie and she's wearing a red dress. Listen, I'm just like the experts. Both people are wearing red. It's a match. I want these people to work. It's a match. It is a match. It's a match. It's a match. Now, when she came down the aisle and she got there, I love the way that Patrick embraced her. I thought that was so endearing. I said, oh, look at that hug. So then they read their vows. Baby Rhonda said Patrick is a freaking sex symbol. She said, he's so hot. He's so sexy. I said, oh, okay, girl, get into it. I also really like that they are getting a second and a third chance at love. Hopefully this time it lasts. If you feel like you still want to get married and you're willing to put yourself out there, I say go for it. Okay, YOLO. You only live once. I know that's right. Moving forward. So Patrick said, listen, she's jaw-droppingly beautiful. Whoa, mama, she's hot. She's smoking hot. Baby, these two crazy. When they were talking, he told her, because now that they've kissed the bride and everything, honey, they done moved to the back. When they were talking, he told her, I'm 59. She said, well, I'm a little bit older. He could not believe that she was 63, but he said, age ain't nothing but a number, honey. Shout out to Aaliyah. He said he just moved to Austin a year ago, and he currently lives with his mother. He's there caring for her because his dad passed away tragically in a car accident. And again, my condolences to you, Patrick. He's only been divorced for 5 years, though. I didn't know it was so recent. The way he made it seem, It was years ago, but it's only been 5 years ago, honey. Not the pandemic. Oh, baby, let me find out you moving up out of there because that pandemic was going on, child. Rhonda couldn't even remember the man's name. She was like, I really like Paul. Is that his name? Baby, not robbing Pat to pay Paul. Baby, Rhonda robbing Pat to pay Paul. Listen to me. Rhonda gets a pass because even at 43, I cannot even remember my own damn name sometime because it is perimenopause. So Rhonda, if his name is Paul to you, Paul he shall be. Moving forward, Megan and Derek. So it's time for their first dance as a couple. And as they're dancing, even he noticed how her mom was cutting her eyes at him. I said, girl, you need to get that mama of yours. That's just embarrassing. Meanwhile, his sweet mama just a smiling and rocking back and forth. I said, honey, this is crazy. They're all at the table, right? And they're talking to get to know each other. He found out that she listens to country and he listens to, is it EDM or... I was like, child, not a little bit of country and a little bit of EDM or ADM, honey, whichever one it is. Listen, don't worry about the music. We need to worry about that mama. Okay, that's what we need to worry about. Rhonda and Pat. So Rhonda is dancing barefoot, honey. Footloose, footloose. Kick off your Sunday shoes. Honey, she done kicked off her Sunday shoes and she is dancing barefoot. Now, I thought that Pat was going to run the other way, but he seized the moment. And he danced barefoot too. The way that they are basking in this moment is everything for me. When I tell you we are so back, I really think that this season is going to be so good. That was everything to me. I love how much fun they're having. Rhonda is going to bring new life to Patrick. It's going to be on and popping up in that house. Do you hear me? So they sit down to eat at the head table. She's telling him about how her first husband wouldn't work and, she just had to get out of that relationship. In her confessional, she looked at the camera. She said, this is the start of the greatest love story ever. Listen, I am hoping that you are right, Miss Rhonda, because your optimism is so refreshing. So I really hope that this is the start of the greatest love story Married at First Sight has ever seen. Moving forward. 4 couples down, 1 more to go. Everyone is celebrating. They're dancing. They're eating cake. They're panning from one couple to the next. Rhonda and Pat. So Pat goes over to talk to Rhonda's sons, and they're just having a little banter back and forth, Megan and Derek. So Mommy Dearest, aka Megan's mama, tells Derek's mom, listen, if they're still together 6 months from now, y'all come visit us. I said, oh, she a piece of work, baby. So Megan went over there to sit down with her bridesmaids, and they're like, oh my gosh, this feels like a fairy tale. Megan is like, yeah, but it may be a no for me because he doesn't listen to country. Ma'am, you're going to be fine. Okay, you're going to be fine. Over on the other side, her mom is making sure that Derek isn't a serial unaliver. She's like, well, I don't think you're one, so you're good. So she wants to know why he's doing this. He said, I've tried the dating apps, I've tried everything, and it's just not working. She told him that she's been married 43 years and it is hard work. It's more than just having somebody pick out a wife for you. It's more than an arranged marriage. And I'm telling you right now, I don't like it. So Derek is just looking like, okay. She is so nasty and so rude. So her mom came over and she was crying a little bit at the table with her bridesmaid. She's like, what's wrong with you? Okay, so I found out he's not a serial unaliver, so that's good. But if y'all don't make it, at least I like his parents. Okay, I do like his parents. I'm like, yeah, because that's really all that matters. Girl, bye. So now it's time to head to the rose petal filled beds at the hotel suite. Now, I don't know what kind of hotel suite it was. It was given ancient, honey. I didn't like nothing about it. Patrick said, in space, the launch lasts 8 minutes, but the mission starts when you achieve orbit. And baby, me and Rhonda have achieved orbit. I said, I know that's right, Patrick. Honey, you need to put that on a Hallmark card. We have achieved orbit. Put it on a t-shirt. Put it on a t-shirt, Patrick. Megan and Derek. So they get to the suite. He didn't carry her over the threshold, and I ain't damn like it. I don't know, honey. These two have an awkward vibe to me. Now, of course, they help take off the wedding dress because that's what they do. But Megan started talking about his abs, honey. When she saw him take off that shirt, she told production, look, y'all ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell out of here. Because he did not skip chest day. So goodbye and good night. Will and Brittany. So she's telling the camera, there's some sexual chemistry there, but we're just going to see where it goes. No, damn well. Jalen and Josh, a.k.a. JJ. So Josh hasn't stopped smiling, honey, since this morning. I know his cheeks hurt. I just know they do. Different season, same people not showering. Rhonda and Pat. These two are out by the pool, right? I was like, what are y'all doing out here? Everybody's in the hotel room and the two of y'all outside. If y'all don't get inside, get inside. Rhonda then says, I know it's cold, but I have a proposition for you. You want to jump in the pool? Baby, he was all for it. She said, clothes and all, let's just jump in the pool. He said, okay, and then we'll jump in the hot tub. Listen, Rhonda, you are teaching me how to live a little. Okay, when I tell you I want to be like you when I grow up, but I may have to scream pineapples at some point, honey, because I'm tired just watching you. And if I'm tired just watching you and Patrick is there with you, I can only imagine how tired he gonna be. And that was the end of the episode. Listen, we're going to move into episode 3 because this is now 53 minutes long. We're going to move into episodes 3 and 4 coming right up. Come right back. This is on Peacock now. It's not on Lifetime, so it takes a little bit more for me to review the show. 4 episodes coming out at once. I used to have to watch 2 hours of this show to review it for y'all, and now it's 4. Baby, y'all gonna have to send me a super chat or something. Child, I need compensation for my pain and suffering. Call 877-CASH now. Y'all comment down below. Tell me exactly what you thought so far about the couples. If you happen to watch, comment, and I'm going to comment back. Don't forget, each and every Thursday, we will be watching it live over on my Patreon. It's www.patreon.com/Misha IMO. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.